All right, we are back, sharing a cup this morning with Lisa Sarjeant-Gonzales. Not only that, I'm dragging her into the kitchen next with me. Good morning.
Good morning, Joel. It's
the-
great to be here.
These ladies have these long names, Lisa Sarjeant-Gonzales. How is Mr. Gonzales?
He's good. He's good. He's very good. I hope he says the same. Aaron is fine, man.
So we have been, Lisa, as I said, trying to make it Mother's May and not
Nice.
Mother's Day.
Nice. I like the way, so the whole month is
So
for us.
the whole month on Couples
I like
is
you.
Mother's May.
I like you.
And you were handpicked as one of the mothers that we wanted to have on the show.
Well, I feel good. I must say.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain at all.
So one of the things that I just didn't recognize over the years, and it just slipped by, you're no longer part of the media fraternity in a real sense.
No. I gave that up. I mean, it's been a long time. It's over about 25 plus years that I did media. And it was a wonderful journey, you know. I enjoyed it quite a bit because it was talk, you know. You're speaking with people all the time. But yeah, in between that, I've been a textile designer, actually longer than I've been a media person. And so I just decided to, you know, dive 24/7 into my business, doing my art.
I didn't recognize, I think when you were on the show a few years ago, I didn't recognize that you were involved in design and textiles even way before.
Yeah.
So that, since you're a young girl, that was part of who you were.
Yep, very much so. And I guess that, to a large extent, would have taken the backseat to the media, or maybe because media is out there, you would have seen it more to a large extent.
Yeah.
But being able to see about it full time now, I think that's my sanity.
So 25 plus years in the media business, and then, I mean, you and I worked at I-95 together for many years, and you just decided time to focus on...
I tapered it. So I went from working every day a week to 3 days a week to 1 day a week.
Right.
And then no days a week.
Right.
But you know, the folks at I-95 are like my family. So they know they need me, I'm there. You know, I stepped in studio a few Saturdays ago.
You can't help but be family after.
You know, we're all still very close friends years later. So I miss that part of it, but it's just that chapter's over and you know.
No, but just, I mean, take me through your mind in terms of the decision. You tapered it, yes, but you knew that, okay, this was no longer lighting a fire under you.
And I think that's what it is. I think I came to a point that, you know, one of the things I admire most about young people in media is that zeal and that excitement and the learning on the job and, you know, new things coming to you and so on. It was a very exciting time because I started when I was about 24.
Right.
And then it was even more so exciting, I would say, for me, and the set of us who started, we moved and doing the first talk radio station 24/7 in Trinidad and Tobago. So we were able to create something that didn't exist. So it was very, very exciting. And working under Tony Lee, you were allowed that freedom. I know some media houses don't necessarily give it to you, but Tony was very clear. You do you, just make sure it makes sense and that you respect the public.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I enjoyed there.
Yes.
You were able to, as I said,
to be you.
Be creative and
I think that's the success of that frequency. So it was an exciting time for a young person to get into this and be able to be who they are, you know. And then I guess 1 year turned into another year, and I just think as well as it's time for another young person to be interested in what I was interested in. So you kind of I think your responsibility as a media person is to lay that foundation for someone else. So I'm hoping that there are young ladies that would have listened and would have said, okay, great, now that's what I want to do. You know?
I just want to push you a bit and probably put you on the spot, but you're accustomed to that.
Okay.
Sometimes, and I know it reaches the point where you think, okay, I've done this for 2 decades.
Oh, that's so real.
But you're still a young woman. You're still very much a
Between saying Mother's May and saying that, I am falling in love with you, Joel. I have to tell you. No, but I am still a young woman. But you know, it's interesting that you took it from that perspective because I'm a young woman, but I'm not as young as I was before.
And actually, that's my question, because you would have reached the level of maturity now in this business that you may now really be able to give something to society that is...
Through media?
Through media.
But I did that.
You did that. But you don't think that Lisa Sargeant has something more to give on our national airwaves?
No. No. I really do think that everything has a time and everything has a phase, and I think that you should bow out when it's a good time to bow out, as opposed to people being exhausted of you. Working in a field such as talk radio, news and current affairs is very different than maybe different types of media. So there's a lot of work that you do off air. So you're always helping someone. I remember once my husband being totally livid because I decided remember when they had the big flood in Diego Martin? There was a woman with her 2 children who lost everything. And I decided I was going to help, but not just help by getting things, and I was going to go and find her and take it for her. And she lived up this very, very, very high hill. Anyhow, I was young, right? So that was a venture. But you know, that's just one example. But you constantly are helping people as much as you can. And not to outline things, but it was more than the on-air time. And it takes a lot out of you.
It does,
I am a mother and a wife, and I also still had this business as well. So there's a point when you have to say, okay, how much are you doing for you? Are you going to give all of yourself to everyone? And it's not selfish, it's just that there's a time. So I think I'm there if media needs me still. I think sometimes you do need some of us who've been in it for a long time, because there are some things in media that I think now need a little tweaking.
Yes.
You know, maybe one's diction. Maybe understanding that respect thing that Tony Lee drilled in our head, that you know, that you have to respect your listeners as much as possible, that I'm seeing slipping. And I don't know if it's because of the same age thing that I'm not accepting of it, but I do think there's a point where...
tolerance levels are dropping. We've been not tolerating as much as we used to.
I just think there's some things that you just don't do on air that I'm hearing on air.
Correct.
You know,
correct.
so if I do have to do anything, it would be to be off the public scene, but just to kind of, you know, help guide that.
I said all of that to say that I missed your voice on air.
Thank you.
And that's, I missed hearing you. And that's why I recognize, you know, sometimes you get accustomed and then you recognize, wait, what's happening between 10? I'm no longer, so where's Lisa? You know, that kind of thing. I missed your voice on air.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you.
And the contribution that you would
And I enjoyed it. I really did. And I thought it was, you know, it was a huge responsibility. And that's what I would like to see with young people coming into radio now, that they understand it's a huge responsibility. And that's why you have to be careful and respectful of what you say, because you have to remember everybody is listening to you. And if you could do something positive rather than negative, why not? If you could be respectful rather than crass, why not? And I wonder if they sit in a quiet place and think about that sometimes. It's a huge responsibility, it is, you know? But thank you.
You're welcome. So these wonderful garments is what Lisa is now fully focused on. That's one of them, right?
Yes, I paint silk.
You paint silk?
Yes. So just as one would paint on canvas, I give beautiful art here. Halcyon was in class with me. I love her work.
Halcyon.
But
so you paint silk?
Just as you paint on canvas, I paint on silk with a brush, taking time. You know? So, but what I do is I actually have a clothing line with my silks. So it's my...
So where do you get time to cook?
I get time to cook well, let me tell you something. That's why it should be Mother May. Because I'll tell you something. You get up, you prep, you go to work, you dye your fabric, you run your shop, you go home and you cook. You know, and every evening I go home, I cook. I enjoy cooking. I think it's I don't know. I enjoy that one enjoys my meal. And my family enjoys my meal, and I'm very particular about what you put in you. You know, so not that I don't buy food, but I'm very
You're particular. So you just made me a little nervous, but you're relaxing this morning. You'll help me a bit.
I'll help you.
But I am rolling out a recipe for Lisa Sarjeant-Gonzales this morning. We are going to have some fun in the kitchen next and talk a little bit about how she balanced motherhood over the years, because busy woman over the years, I've known her for a long time. Lisa Sarjeant-Gonzales this morning in the house. We are coming right back. Cup of Joe continues. We head into the kitchen right after this.